Every high and crushing low taught me something invaluable: resilience. I began documenting my journey, recording every lesson and every step towards rebuilding my success and my mental, even if no one else was watching. I didn't know where this path would lead, but I had Frank, Rosario, and the memories of everything I built and lost, fueling my determination. What you're about to see is my journey, the highs, the lows, and every moment in between, captured during a time when I was all alone, but never defeated. I'm going to get back to being a millionaire. No matter what, I will make it. How's it going, guys? Weird time to make a video. I don't know when this shit's gonna blow over, but I'm just gonna make the video. So you probably noticed my voice is all raspy and shit. That is because for the last like 2 or 3 days I've been pretty sick. Not sick, but just throat sick, and it's been awful. So with that being said, so that's why this video is going to be a bit weird. I think it's super authentic, just to kind of keep it, you know, if I'm feeling sick, as long as I can make a video, go ahead and make a video. I don't know when the last time I made a video was. It is currently, today is October 11th, Friday. I did say I was going to have a new phone, but I don't have a new phone just yet. I gotta wait until next week. It is Friday, October 11th. Bitcoin is around 63,000, and I didn't get a chance to see what Ethereum was at. So this is one of the first times I have to guess it's somewhere around maybe 2,000. I have no clue. But anyways, yeah, when I have a second phone, it'll be really good, because then you guys will be able to see it again. So I apologize for not having a phone to show. So what's new? Honestly, a lot of crazy shit's starting to happen. Not really anything much of an update so far, so I'll just kind of run through it. So as far as work is going, work's going good. I feel like it's getting better. We should have 2 new employees starting next week, or at least one is going to start next week, so that's going to be cool. You know, I think the biggest thing right now is that somebody left our work, and so it's just been nothing but craziness and loads of people and not enough time to really, you know, do anything. So it's been like that, especially after our iPhone launch. It's been pretty hectic, but I think it's slowing down right now, which is great. And then once we get the new person, maybe it should be a bit better. I don't know. It'll probably be more of the same, to be honest. But yeah, so work's going decent. You know, as far as my commission, I get my first big commission check this month, and in like 8 or 7 days, which is, I cannot wait, bro. I can't wait. Like, that check was about $2,000. So, you know, that's literally, that commission check basically literally pays for my rent, which means I'll be ahead a month in rent. So what I'm gonna try to do is pay my rent this month. Again, mind you, I already paid this month's rent like on the 1st, so now I'm paying early, about 15 days early than I need to. And I want to get to a point where I can pay my rent and I'm 2 months, 3 months ahead, so then I don't have to worry about it, you know? So getting to a pace where I don't have to care too much about my rent is going to be nice, because then everything after that, aside from my insurances and my car payment, everything else is paid. So I really, really like that idea. Aside from that, What else? Aside from work being decent, I did have a job offer earlier the other day, yesterday. Somebody came in, basically wanted some phones, and it looks like they're doing their own sales business, which is cool, with like gutters and stuff. I told him, you know what? I think I'd be a great fit. This is why, blah, blah. He really liked me, and we got along. And there's people out there making about $16K a month. So if I can even make 6 or 7K a month, I'll be happy. But if I get to 16K a month, that's really good. 100K a year, perfect. But and then I'll just stack my money. I'll stay at the same place I'm at and just stack my money, because I don't really have the need to go all fancy, get something big, luxurious, or whatever. I'd rather save my money, invest it, wait a couple of years, or wait a year, and then go ahead and get something better for myself. So I think that's the plan if I do go for that job. But obviously, if I go for that job, I'm going to need at least 1 to 2 months of rent, and all that stuff to hold me over. So the goal here is to get to about January, where I can go ahead and do my $2,100 donation for the clinic, which I plan to do in January, and hopefully make good commission from this month to all the way to December, so that way January and January I get paid big bucks. So that means I need this month and next month to be huge, and then I'll get paid big bucks. I'm fucked up. So yeah, and yeah, it's just interesting how things are going. Like I said, if I can go ahead and try to get at least a month or two in advance, then that would be great. But yeah, man, it's just one of those things where you kind of just got to look out for the opportunities that kind of present themselves. And if AT&T ends up being better in the next few months, because apparently we've got a new vice president, so maybe things will shake up for the better, then I might just stay with AT&T. We'll see. I think the biggest thing, and it's not as a comfort thing, people are probably like, oh, but you have an 18,000. Yes, but the thing is, by the time it gets to January, I want to make sure that I have enough money coming in. And because commission is delayed by 2 months, there may be a chance where I'm not going to be able to take that job. If in December, like what I said, I'll probably have to delay it to February or March. So assuming that I can even apply for it then. So it just depends. I have the guy's contact, but I think July, March time would probably be the best thing, because then I get another couple of commission checks under my belt. So again, this is assuming everything goes well. Otherwise, I'm gonna just ride it until December, January, and make sure I have a job lined up. That's it. So January is really the time where I'm gonna actually take a step back, maybe, and try to figure things out and see if I can't find a job around then that will take me and give me better, pay and all that good stuff. Trying to think of what else. So yeah, that's all with the job stuff. Secondly, stuff with Frank is going good, I guess. Helped him hook up his internet, helped him hook up the TVs and stuff. He seems to be doing well now, which is great. And I wish the best for him. So, I still go and visit him, Rosario, Jose, and we have a fun time. But I think the best thing I could have done was leave. Just because the relationship dynamic changes. And like I was saying in the previous video, you really need to evaluate what your dynamic is and how it will change if you were to basically leave that situation. So if you're in a household and you're with somebody who might be a little stressful, and I'm saying a little just as like a, I don't know, if they're stressful and they're taxing on you, probably best to think about how that situation might play out if you were to leave. You know, if it sounds like it's gonna be way better on your mental, it probably is. And I think your mental is better. Like, your mental is everything. So making sure that your mental is good helps you in all points of life. So if you have a good mental, you'll be good. So that's that. Not too much to say on that. So I told you there's some busy things going on. So like I said, I'm still in the crypto space. I had to take everything out. And you'll see, again, this is a trend. You'll see, as I said in other videos, I have a tendency of basically putting things in and then taking all the money out because I need it. Though I'm getting to a point now, which is good. I'm getting to a point now. Sorry, I was looking at my window. I wanted to make sure I didn't have a crack. I'm getting to a point now where after this month, I should be good enough to basically like stand on my own and basically finally have money that I can actually just put in for the long haul. So this would be somewhere around like $200, $300, $400, something like that. I don't want to put a whole bunch in. I don't want to make the mistakes that I made previously of putting like $1,000 in when I only had like $3,000 to my name. You know, I'm gonna put somewhere around like $400 in or less, just to keep up with my positions, and we'll see where we go there. The cool thing is, one of the projects basically put me in their inner circle to basically talk and, you know, just basically, you know, try to get things going. Hopefully on the project. I think it's a really good project, and I bought at pretty much the all-time low for it. So I'm very happy with, you know, knowing that like I'm part of something that's, you know, probably going to explode soon. And you know, it's one of those things where it's like, you never know. Crypto is just one of those places that, you know, things will happen. But I'm just glad that now I'm going to be able to be steady in crypto and not really have to worry. So that's my biggest thing, you know, just being steady in crypto, not being, you know, because I actually had a position that I had to take out of that would have done a 10x if I would have kept it in, but because I needed the money at the time, I had to use it. So yeah, so that was frustrating. Other avenues of revenue are right now going to be thinking. I'm still in Neoxa. Neoxa is a platform / crypto company that basically incentivizes people to play games that they actually play and basically like get their own coins. So I really like that idea. So I'm basically getting, like, anytime I stream, I always have Neoxa basically paying me out in Neoxa. So it's cool. It's not anything right now, but I'm hoping in the future it is. It's pretty early for what they're suggesting to do, and they're very ambitious. So we'll see how that goes. But I have like a decent stash of Neoxa. I had a massive stash of Neoxa, but obviously my computers aren't mining anymore. They're just rendering. And so I had to, again, trash my stash of Neoxa because I needed the money. You see the pattern? And again, this was because I didn't have a job at the time. Actually, I did have a job, but like I said, I haven't had like nearly enough money when I started my move, when I had my deposits. Now all that's clear. So now I'm free floating here on out. It should be positive month after positive month. The last 2 months haven't really been positive, obviously, because moving costs and because, you know, I'm taking a month off my bone marrow stuff, and then also also just the deposit was enormous. But the other cool thing is I get my deposit back once, you know, I move out. So that's always something that I have to keep in the back of my head. Like I have $1,600 just kind of sitting there in the background for a rainy day once I want to move. So if I ever have to move in the future, it's gonna be a nice experience, because I don't really have to pay that deposit. That deposit kind of goes to the next place, you know. So that's always cool. Unless I'm rich, then they can keep the deposit. I don't care. I'm not too stingy. If I make it back, I won't be too stingy about anything. And I think round circle. Well, I'll get to that in a second. Other avenues of revenue. So my manga, I've taken almost a complete month hiatus off of writing. Again, my mental with work has been too stressful to really write. And I don't want to put it out there as like I'm making that the thing, like, oh shit, you know, work is too stressful. No, it's when I'm stressed out and I feel like exhausted, there's no way that my mentality can keep up with like writing and shit. It just can't. Like the way I write, I have to be in like the perfect mood, which is so shitty. Like I wish I could just force myself to write, but no, I literally have to be in like the right mood, the right time, probably listening to the right music in order to basically write. And I don't know how to trigger that. You know, I used to be able to trigger it because I used to listen to a lot of music, but a lot of the music that I have now is very, I've listened to it so many times that now it's kind of like numbing, right? So music motivates me, but when I haven't had any new songs in like the last, like God tier songs, I haven't had any God tier songs that like make my mental like kick into overdrive, in like the last month or two. So I think that's the main reason. Like there's no motivation right now and I'm exhausted. So those two things just, you know, so we're still making characters. I'm basically taking a hiatus this week for drawing as well. So we're taking a hiatus this week, and then next week we'll kick it back into overdrive since I get paid. So I'm hoping this weekend I can write. That's the goal. What else? I'm still working with Ashley and Amber on her website. The guy's taking a vacation right now, so we'll wait on the website, and basically the animation's still gonna take some time, so we're waiting on those two things for her podcast. When I'm there, we're gonna have a lot more things that we're gonna do, so I'll probably take a couple videos out when I'm in Virginia at the end of the month, just so that way there's some fun in it. I think it's been hard for a lot of people to see me have fun in this series because it's really just me talking to the camera. But there will be a point, a transition, when I have enough money, when I can go places and do things and travel and stuff, where this is actually going to elevate. And that's the whole point of the series. I want the most authentic vlogging tale of a guy who went to, you know, who got into crypto, lost everything, came back, invested in the right stuff at the right time, and does it all again, and shows the progression of how he did it. You know, all on, you know, that's fucking beautiful. That is a legacy, you know. That's what I want my story to be. I don't want it to be like the guy who made $1 million off of sheep. Like, that's so boring. The guy who basically lost everything on sheep, could have killed himself, and basically came back, rose through the ranks, got a crappy job to start, you know, to start back into things. Had to do DoorDash, had to do Amazon Flex just to hustle, to grind, you know. Had to have the stress of a bankruptcy company that wasn't even his, and still tried to help manage all that. Had to move out from his secondary family. Like, there's so many intricities, you know what the word I'm trying to say. But there's so many little details in this story that are going to showcase themselves, and there's a lot of lessons that I sprinkle along that you guys will be able to pick up. But I want to again give the most authentic, detail into my life. And although you don't know everything of my life, I think this will give a good example of my day-to-day or week-to-week, my life in that aspect, So, with that being said, I want to continue. Oh, also, yes, once I get paid, I think that's the next step. I'm going to go ahead and start editing that first video and making a whole intro to start. I'm so excited for that. I really am, and I really can't wait. So that's next. That is next. Another thing, render has been kicking crazy. Not in the price, but in fact that my computers are just on overdrive right now. They're just doing jobs after jobs. So weekly now, instead of $60 or $70, I'm getting paid roughly about $120 now a week, which is great because that's like an extra $500 a month. So if I'm saving $500 and I'm getting $500 a month on top of that, that means I have almost $1,000 saved every single month now, which is gorgeous. And as render appreciates, I'll have more and more and more. But the goal here is to save my render and utilize that for my crypto, so that way I don't have to put my own money in crypto and just save on the side. So I'll have a cash savings and a crypto savings / investment. And I think once I get to maybe about a portfolio of $5,000 for crypto, I'm not going to invest anymore. Reason being is because I think that's good enough to get started, and I don't want to put more than I need to. We've seen how that plays out. So that's another thing. Another thing, I have a meeting next week with Ryan again. It's a Zoom call, but I have another meeting with Ryan next week to go over MovieBot. We are bringing that shit back, baby. And got a lot of ideas, a lot of things that we could do, but again, we are bringing that shit back. And no, that's going to be so fun and so exciting. And if everything works out right, I'll be making money from that as well. Because Ryan already said that he wants to basically put me as like a director role, and so that means I could finish Jeffrey series, or not finish it, but at least finish season 1 and start continuing for other seasons. That would be amazing. I out of all the things that I love to do, I think the Jeffrey series was just one of those series that I really, really loved and enjoyed, like editing and all that stuff. So it'd be very interesting to see what I can do in the new, once we get the app going again. I just can't wait. I can't. It was so awesome, that series. So that would be cool. And then, like I said, if he floats me money to kind of do stuff, it would be nice, because then I can have an editor, like a full-time editor, working on the Jeffrey series as well, and trying to help the YouTube channel, so they'd be editor / manage the YouTube channel and make sure all that stuff is good. So no, that would be amazing. I can't wait for that. So that's just like a side thing, side adventure, but if it pops off, then it'll do really good. And yeah, man, that's pretty much it. I don't think I have anything more to really say. That's kind of the update. And yeah, hopefully I get better. Otherwise, if this is the last video, I'm dead. So No, I'm kidding. I can't die. Anyways, I'll see you guys later, and peace out. Peace.
You have nobody in here, so I don't worry.
Hey, little guy. You happy?
It's a little girl.
You happy? Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah? A little happy? Yeah. Oh my god. A little happy fella.
Well, because I don't allow her to do this very often.
Yeah.
Because she knows better. Though. If she knew if there were people in here, she wouldn't even try to go to you.
Oh my goodness.
I don't know why you're going to the other side, though.
I think she's just
she
checking
said
out
you
my
check
hair.
my hair.
Yeah, checking
She
out
says,
my
"Is
hair.
this
She said,
toys to
wow.
play with?"
Yeah, she said, wow. Yeah.
Like thing in my new car.
Never. See these hands? These hands are clean. But I do have men over there that would be gracious enough to go ahead and do my dirty work for me. So be men, if you could do the honors. Thank you.
This is how the story goes. I guess this is how the story goes. I'm in the thick of it, everybody knows. They know.
Every year. So if you thought the video was good, please give it a like and share. It really helps. And don't forget to subscribe so you can see the rest of the story unfold. This project is so close to my heart, and your support keeps it going. Thanks so much. With that being said, I'll see you guys next time in the archives of a Shiba Millionaire.
Consistency of work. Monday, get better. Tuesday, get better. Wednesday, get better. You do that over a period of time, not like 1 month or 2 months. I mean, it's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 years. And then you can get to where you want to go.